Welcome to the Mountain Magnolia Show, where your host, Mary Noble Braden, will introduce you to Swannanoa Valley's most interesting and most iconic individuals.
Let's give 'em something to talk about.
Hello to all you wonderful listeners out there. This is Mary Noble Braden on the Mountain Magnolia Radio Show. I just want to thank you all for listening to the show today. And as y'all all know, our focus here is to reveal the heart and soul of our beautiful community here in Western North Carolina. And it has been a while. It has been since December since I've done the show, and I'm so excited for prepping up for a good year. A lot of good content this year. A lot of wonderful folks from Black Mountain, Swannanoa, Asheville. So I can't wait to share with everybody. And every week I love to share a quote or just a magnolia moment that has opened our hearts. And this is also a little snippet of who will be on the show today. So the quotes today, more than one. Sourdough is patience made visible. Time, air, and care turned into something that feeds the soul. And in a world of instant everything, sourdough reminds us that the best things still take time. Yay! Well, speaking of sourdough, I want to introduce our wonderful guest and friend, Martine Van Velden. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
It is an honor, and if any of y'all know Martina, she owns Stonewall Bakery in Swannanoa and Grovemont, and y'all have something come to you if you have never tasted her breads, her cookies, her everything you put in your mouth. And she brought us some coconut cookies today, and I didn't want to eat any, but I ate one.
Thank you for doing that for me. Thank you. Bring some sugar in the system.
It was good. Well, I can't wait to dive in and share your story with everyone. Tell us first about Stonewall Bakery.
Stonewall Bakery is a micro bakery in Swannanoa in Grovemont, in the heart of Grovemont. And it started as a project maybe 10 years ago when the kids were young, and we, my husband and I, both moved here from the Netherlands, growing up on farms and eating some real food. And bread and cheese is our basic menu for the day, and I couldn't find that bread in the store that is comparable to what we grew up on, and that's how I started to bake my own bread. And because I like a project, and because when it's a little smelly and stinky, I like to dive into deeper when it ferments and goes. So instead of going with a yeasted bread and make it easy on myself, I taught myself how to deal with sourdough, and it's an experience.
Of course you did.
Yes, and it asks for a lot of patience, and maybe some tears got involved and giving up for a couple of times because I couldn't do it. But then at some point I got the hang of it, and now we have a bakery.
Well, everything you do in terms of food, gardens, anything to do with food is absolutely beautiful. Homes as well, and it tastes good. So
That's the goal.
I think I've always said that you were the European Martha Stewart.
Yeah, Martina Stewart. You can call me that.
Oh, look it. Martina Stewart. Hey,
Yeah.
listen.
Or Martine Van Velden. Yeah.
I think that's good. Martha Van Velden.
Martha.
Or Marta. Or Martha.
I don't know.
Oh, that's good. All right. So you're a micro bakery in Grovemont, and Stonewall also has several locations for farmers markets. Let's talk about that. Where
Yes.
are you located in regards to farmers markets?
Every Saturday you can find me at the Black Mountain Tailgate Market, and I'll be there between 10 and 2. And then once a month I go to the Carolina Ground Market. That's a little pop-up market between, I think it is September through April, and Once a month it's open for retail, and all the local farmers or bakers are coming there that use the product, and they highlight the product from the mill, and at the same time the people can come in and buy also that flour and test what you can do with it. And it's a fun market. It's a little exclusive and nice. It's a niche market.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Yes, it's very nice.
So let's talk about that a little bit. You said that this is where you source your ingredients,
Yes.
and it's located in Hendersonville.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the ingredients and the name of the company. And then, guys, listen, this is really important to know. This is a place where they source local ingredients, and you can go to this market once a month.
Yes, what was important for me when I started to bake is to use the right flour. And when I was not living in this area, I milled my own flour because I want the whole product in the bread instead of having a sifted flour, or I didn't want to have anything added to the flour. I just want the whole wheat berry in my bread.
Yeah.
And when I moved here, I did my research and I realized that there is a mill down the street, which is not literally, but I mean, Hendersonville is 30 minutes away from home. There is a old technique still going on there with stone milled flour. The whole wheat berry goes into the bag, and it's wonderful because I mean, then you start to realize when you work with good ingredients that the body digests it so much better, because we're using this old technique of sourdough with basically the most exclusive flour that is organically grown. There is no Roundup in the crop that is growing. So it's high quality product. And with this high quality product, I can create that Northern European bread that I like so much, instead of a white bread that has lots of open crumbs in it. This is a true bread. I can make the typical rye breads that we like over in Europe. I can go whole grain, whole wheat. So it's a different product than what you buy in store, and nothing has been added to it.
Yeah. Wow. And so in the Netherlands, where you're from,
Yeah.
you can go to a bakery or a grocery store and you can buy bread like that.
Yes. Every corner of the street, every little town has at least 5 bakeries. And that was really hard for me to find here. And that's why I started. And since we're also we like to grow our own produce, the combination of bread and produce and everything together was just like a no-brainer to combine that. And that's why I still grow some of the products that go into my breads are coming from the backyard, and we have the chicken running around. That the eggs go straight into the bread. I mean, we know exactly where our food comes from when we eat it. We don't,
Farm to table. You have beautiful
beautiful
gardens too.
Yes.
Well, there are so many wonderful breads and desserts and things that I've never even, some of them I haven't tasted. And every time I do taste them, I'm like, where did this come from? It is amazing. My favorite is your chocolate, and is it walnuts or
chocolate, hazelnut, cherry?
Yes, that is so good.
It's all in the ingredients. It's I mean, I use the high quality Dutch chocolate. I buy cocoa from French Broad, the French Broad Chocolate Factory. The hazelnuts are toasted. The cherries are coming from, I fly them in from California. But it's high quality, and then the long fermentation of the bread makes that the flavor goes deep in there.
Wow. Well, before I wanted to talk about your menu, but let's talk about that too. The whole process of sourdough. So, how long does it take you when you're baking bread, which is once or twice a week usually, right?
Yes.
How long does the process take?
This is also explaining why I cut off my menu on Tuesday night, or nowadays on Monday night, because I do need to know what people want to buy or pick up on Friday. And Monday night I cut off the menu so I can do my inventory and know what's sold. So on Tuesday I start prepping, and I start feeding my starter on Monday. So you have a sourdough starter that you can activate. And on Monday I start feeding different types of starter. I have a wheat starter, I have a rye starter. Both of them are coming out of the refrigerator and get their first feeding. Then on Tuesday, I start scaling all my flour because on Wednesday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I step out of the bed and I start mixing.
Oh, wow.
I know. Yes, that is brutal. But 4 o'clock in the morning, I start mixing, and everything that is mixed goes in the tubs, and it takes all day to let that sit, proof, and ferment on the tables in the bakery. And by Wednesday night, by Wednesday night, everything that is bread related goes into the refrigerator. And
Wow.
it sits there it can sit there for 24 hours. Just sit there and it falls asleep at a certain temperature. It falls asleep, but the fermentation is very slow. And that makes that bread is digestible.
Okay.
It helps you because that's that first step. The sourness of the sourdough is starting to ferment, and it's starting the first step of digestion. And so when you start eating your bread, when you pick it up on Friday night, you have a bread that's easy on the stomach. And so it is in the refrigerator on Wednesday night. For the Friday pickup, I bake everything off either on Thursday night or Friday morning. And for the market, I let it sit for another 12 hours because certain flours are okay with that.
Yeah.
And it's one prep for 2 markets.
Hey, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. It's okay to have to do all of that. Oh, and
Yes, but at the end of the day, there's like 200 loaves of bread in the refrigerator.
wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. Well, you have created such a wonderful product, and I want to talk about your products. So you have a pickup on Friday, which we will talk about a little bit more,
Yep.
especially on our Facebook post and Instagram post. So, guys, if you're listening and you want to make sure you want to be get on the list for sourdough, you'll be able to do that at the end of the show. So let's talk about your products that you sell from your micro bakery and as well as the market.
So what's really nice is that the mill has all these different farmers in North Carolina and areas. And one of the flours that we really like is spelt, is rye. And those are the 2 flours that are low in gluten. And so they're easier on the stomach for a lot of people. I've had a lot of people come to my bakery telling me that they can eat flour or bread in Europe. They cannot eat bread in the US. And I understand that because the process over there is a little different than here. And if we start incorporating spelt and rye into the bread, those lower gluten flours are just more friendly to eat. So I have a special, mostly once a month, I have both of these coming through the system. 1 week it will be 100% rye, the other week it will be 100% spelt. And there's a special group of people that like to buy that. And not all the bakeries in this area do this because it is a different process. So it gives me very regular people that really appreciate this
which is
style of
great.
bread.
And I know it from firsthand, it is delicious. We had the spelt bread, and I was just saying we made the bird's nest, or you call it hobo toast, with the eggs in the middle, and then put avocado and then a little cheese from a vendor here that does fresh cow cheese, and it had sun-dried tomatoes and red bell peppers.
Sounds delicious.
So really lots of farm to table local products, which is so good because that's what you're providing.
Yes, and you will also notice with this type of bread, you don't need 5 slices to be full. You can slice them thinner because they are so full of nutrition, and you don't need big, heavy meals with it. It's just one of those loaves can get you through the whole week, and you'll be fine.
Unless you're my husband.
Yeah.
But they can also,
They're good. They can eat whatever they want to eat.
I know. Well, you talked a little bit about how you started it, and that was 10 years ago, right?
Probably, yeah. Maybe longer.
Yeah. Because you moved from Miami.
I moved from Miami to North Carolina in 2018.
Okay.
And before that time, I was already baking, but sourdough gets really influenced by climate, and Miami with the high humidity and the high temperatures, baking out of a home kitchen is a challenge. So there was a couple of really good bakers there, and I gave up
Yeah.
kids
Well, I
were
just
young.
love that you did
Yeah.
it. Like, you know how. Do you know how hard it is? I've tried one time to make sourdough. I'm like, it can't be that hard. And before we started the show, Martina was like, "You would tell them what you told me about sourdough."
Sourdough is like a baby that never grows up. You gotta take care of that thing all the time. You gotta feed it. I know people, like, I don't do this, but there's people that travel with their starter all over the world because they think they need to feed it. I developed a system that it's not necessary, but it's like that thing needs to keep going, and if you don't take care of it, she'll move out.
So you have your baby starter in the refrigerator,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you know you're going to bake bread, you feed it.
I take a little bit of that of the mother starter that's in my fridge, and I'll feed that, and then you start. You don't need much. You need like a 2 teaspoons of starter in the fridge, and that's enough. And then from that, you can start a whole new batch. You don't need jars and jars of starter that I like some people do. It's like you just can bring it back to a little bit, and then by the time you go back to baking, you build it up again.
Yeah. Science.
It is. It really is.
Well, I want to talk a little bit also about the market, the spring market for Black Mountain Tailgate Market. So Black Mountain Tailgate Market is right behind Noble and Company and the OTD at 106 Black Mountain Avenue. And that is going on until 10 to 2 up till the end of April. And then also right by the Grange.
Yes.
And that is from 9 to 12.
It is from 10 to 2.
Oh, not by the Grange is 10 to 2?
I think so, too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 10 to 2. Both
Yeah.
places 10 to 2.
I think so, yeah.
So Black Mountain Tailgate Market, the spring series, right behind Noble and Company, as well as the Grange. And then the regular market right by the Baptist Church starts May 2nd, and that's 9 to 12. And
Correct, yes.
you are at both of these markets,
Yes.
right here behind Noble and Company and OTD. And you guys come by, and there's so many great vendors.
It's fun. It's good.
There are, make sure you come hungry because you can get greens, you can get baked goods, you can get eggs, you can get starters. What else? Oh, you can get beef.
Yes, there's
Yes.
meat. And then there's like a few food trucks, also some really nice local food trucks that are sitting there.
Yes,
There's really great food at the market.
there is, including yours.
Yes.
Well, I'm so glad to hear your story. And guys, again, you can get on the Every Friday list. So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
When does your menu go out for the micro bakery?
So I try to post my menu every Friday. And if you want to order from the menu, you go to stonewallbakery.com. You can sign up there for the bread list. And once you're on the bread list, you will get a couple of, not emails, texts from me with a link to the new menu. And every week I'll send that out. I cut off the menu on Monday night so I can start prepping for my first bake on Friday the next week. So menu goes out on Friday. Between Friday and Monday you can order, and the next Friday you can pick it up. You can either pick it up in Grovemont, Swannanoa, at my house on Pine Hill Drive, or you can pick up now at Beardo in Black Mountain. I have a pickup location at Trout Lily in Fairview, and this week is the first week that you also can start picking up at The Right Buy in Swannanoa. This is a new grocery store that has a lot of local food.
Yeah.
See sources from local farms and places, and C is next to Short Sleeve Coffee in the middle of Beacon Village.
It's great. I've been. It's a great place.
Really sweet, yes.
Well, you are an amazing community member. You guys bring so much heart and soul, and I've never witnessed such hard workers. Like, y'all are get it done people. So thanks for being so involved in the community. It's been a pleasure to get to know you over the years and see all the fantastic things that you have accomplished and that also you've grown.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Our move from Miami to North Carolina was such a culture change And coming from Europe, where we're very laid back and four seasons, we needed to get back to normal and have our kids grow up in an area like this. We're also very, we like to be involved with neighbor work, we like to be involved with community work, and our move to this area helped us to get better at that.
Yeah.
And meeting people that are like-minded and want to do the same thing as we do.
It's so true. And you are submerged in the local food community, and it's so nice to be able to have that opportunity to get all these fresh ingredients.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Well, this was wonderful. Is there anything else you would like to share before we end our show?
I think we need to just say everybody needs to eat, so let's keep baking.
In this local community, which is great, we are able to get all this great food.
Yes.
And bread and even brownies, rye brownies.
Yes, and even with those type of things, I try to be as healthy as possible. Real butter, real sugar, no artificial. Just if you go wrong, then just let's do it with good ingredients.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Well, one of the last questions that I asked my guests for the closing is, what is one thing you'd like to share with the audience that has changed your life for the better?
Like I said, moving to North Carolina, getting involved with community work. It's life-changing to be able to know where the people are that need a little bit of help, and that you are in the position to do that.
Yeah, I love that. So good.
Yes.
Community. Community is where we are.
Yep.
It really is. Well, thank you for coming back on the Mountain Magnolia Show. She was on the show as well during Helene. This was a little bit different than that scenario, and it's so wonderful to be able to sit with a friend and to come back on my podcast that I haven't been on in 3 months, which it's been a great break, but I'm ready to really get back in and get involved in the community. And so thank you so much for coming. And as you guys know, this is a place where we reveal the heart and soul of our community. And if you have a friend or a family that someone wants to come on and be in the show, I'd love to showcase anyone who'd like to tell their story. So make sure you look me up either on Facebook or Instagram, and we will have your full story as well on YouTube. And so everyone's going to be able to know where to get their bread or where to come to the farmer's market.
Great. This is wonderful. Great experience. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys, until next time, see you soon.
Thank you for joining us for Mountain Magnolias with your hosts, Mary Noble Braden. Join us next time for more interesting stories from the Swannanoa's most interesting people as we give you something to talk about.
Let's give 'em something to talk
Mountain Magnolias is a production of Noble & Company Realty in Black Mountain. For more information, please call them at 828-357-5243. 828-357-5243.